Hey guys, welcome to lesson 3 on C# fundamentals using Visual Studios. So this is going to be a bit of a big content lesson, so we're going to get right into it. We're looking at two main things today, and those are operators and conditionals. Now, we remember from previous lessons, hopefully, that how to create variables. So we're going to start just by creating a couple of variables. And you can do it along with me if you want, or pause the video as I go, because I'll probably be a little bit too quick to just generally follow. So you might want to pause the video, write out the variables as I write them out. So I'm going to create strings called, I'm going to be really boring with the names, input 1, we're undeclaring, and then we're going to create string input 2, then we're going to create float input 1f, and then we're going to create another float called input 2f. Okay, so we've just created 2 strings and 2 floats, and we've not assigned them any value, because obviously we're going to give them some value in our code. Okay? So just a reminder that that's what we've done. If we wanted to declare them with a value, you would put a value at the end, like put an equal sign and then give it a value. We're going to do that inside our code. And then remember, the reason we've created 2 strings and then 2 floats is because when you're coding in Visual Studio /C# in console command, it assumes that anything that's written in the console command is a string, and you then have to convert that to a float or a int or whatever you're going to use. So we're going to go start with the hello world. My name is Declan. What is your name? Remember, we played around with this last lesson. So we then have our string input 1, and we say that it equals console.readline. Right, and we've got the answer saved, and then we can go console.writeline. And remember, we use the dollar symbol if we want to refer to a variable inside our string. And then we go hi input 1. It is nice to meet you. How old are you? Okay, so this is where we kind of wanted to get up to today. Okay, so I realize we probably don't need that right now. So I'm actually going to get rid of it. We're just going to start with this, okay? So just a quick reminder, if I press play, what we're going to get is this. Hello world, my name is Declan, what is your name? And if I write Diana, it goes, hi Diana, it's nice to meet you, how old you are, and then the code ends because there's no more code. Okay? Now, we're then going to ask a question. Console.writeline. And what we're going to... we've already asked the question, sorry. Okay, so we've asked them how old they are. Now... okay, so now we've got the... we've asked them how old they are. We need to obviously save that input. So we're going to save that input as a string, because remember... Just a reminder that the default data type of anything being written in the console is a string. So input 2 equals console dot read line. Remember, this is just from one of our very first lessons. And so we've now taken the person can write something in the console, and we've saved that to a variable. And now, obviously remembering also that if we want to treat this like a number, we need to then convert it. So let's quickly do that again. Remember, input 2f, because this is our float. And we're saying that this equals, and we're doing the convert dot to, and then we're converting it to a single because this is what we're using here. And then we're putting input 2. Now, I've obviously misspelled input there, so that should be input 2f. And we're ending it. So this is a very basic kind of reminder that this is very simple in the way it works, is we're just taking this input, hello, my name is Declan, what is your name? We're asking for an input, and I'm saying Travis, and then it's saying, hi Travis, it's nice to meet you, how old you are, and I can write my age is 29, okay? And at the moment it just closes and nothing happens. But now, what we want to do is we're going to introduce two concepts, operators and conditionals. So, the reason we're kind of introducing them together is because you never really use an operator if you're not using a conditional. So, a conditional is very simple. We want something to happen depending on what happened or what was given to us above, okay? So, if the person gave us an age, we're going to go below 16, we're saying they're young. If they're above 16, we're going to say they're old, okay? So, that's what we want to do. We want to make a decision or do something different depending on what information is fed to us. And the most simple form of operator is called an if-else statement. And it's a binary operator. Either the condition is met or the condition is not met, okay? So, and the way it looks is like this is the basic structure of an if-else, no capital letters, loop is just like this, okay? Now what happens is, inside this if part, we put our condition. So this is where our condition goes. Inside here, what happens if condition is met? And then inside here, what happens if condition is not met? So almost very similar to the English language. If you do something, this happens. Else, so if you don't do that thing, this happens. Okay, so inside a conditional, we need to use an operator. And what that means is we're doing something. And so these are comparative operators. Obviously, hopefully some of you already know what the basic operators are. We're talking about plus, minus, divide, multiply, like exponentials and all those kind of basic operators. But we're now talking about our comparative operators. So our comparative operators, there's a couple of them: greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and so on and so forth. Okay? And so if you need, there's a video will be hopefully given to you by the teacher that goes through in depth the different types of operators. But we're just going to look at the very basic one. So we want to say if input to F, so we're looking at this input to F, and then we want to say, is it greater than? So we want to use our greater than symbol. So is it greater than? Yeah. So is this greater than? And then we can just put, and now remember we need the F on the end if we're dealing with a float. So is it greater than 16? Okay? Really simple. Now we could also say, and basically, so if it's not greater than 16, it's going to do this. Else, if it is greater than 16, it's going to do this. Now, we'll get into that, okay? And now we want to put our condition. So what do we want to do? And so if we go in here, we write our condition. So console.write line. We can then go, now we want to use variables, remember? So we put our $sign out the front. And I want to go, wow, input, no capital letter, input 1, because that's their name, remember? You are input. Now, we don't actually need to, we can use the string version here, or you could use the single version, it doesn't matter. You are years old, you old, maybe a comma, I'm not very good at English. You are so young. Okay? And then we can, you shouldn't copy and paste code, but for sake of shortness of the video, I am going to copy and paste the code, and I'm just going to say you are so old here. Okay? So this is a really basic conditional, just an if and an else. So if they are greater than 16, I really like that should be, we'll leave it greater than 16, and we're going to make that old and that young. Sorry, mind me. If they are greater than 16, it's going to say you are old. If they're not, it's going to say they are young. And so let's do a little bit of a bug test, make sure I've got my greater than signs right and all that. And so we're running our code, and so you'll see, hello, my name is Declan, what is your name? And we're now Terry. Hi, Terry, it is nice to meet you. How old are you? And let's say that we're 55. And it's going to say, wow, Terry, you are 55 years old. You are so old. Rude. Okay? And now we can run it again, and we'll just test it again. Hi, my name is Declan. What is your name? My name is Alice. Hi, Alice. It's nice to meet you. How old are you? And I'm 15. And it says, wow, Alice, you are 15 years old. You are so young. Okay, so really simple. Now, let's add one last step to this. And what if we wanted another condition? So what happens if they say the same age as the computer? Okay, so if I go, I'm going to add another conditional type, and this is called an if-else. Pardon me. And else if. So an if, else, or else if, or however lots of people, you write if, and then we've got another condition, and then a third. So this is no longer binary, there are multiple options. So if this condition is not met, it then checks this condition, and then if this condition is not met, it checks the next one on the list. And you could have tons and tons of else ifs, and then it'll finally check the else condition at the very end. And so let's go if input to F. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky. If I want to say we want to see if they guess the exact same age, we can't use a single equals, because from memory, if you remember, a single equals is declaring a variable. To check if two things are the same, we use a double equals sign. And so we're going to say that the computer is 1 year old. And so we're going to say if they say equals 1, then we are going to say, wow, that's the same as me. And then we're going to end it and some squiggly brackets. And we're missing, because it's doing the weird thing that it does sometimes where it decides it's going to delete every line, and I got rid of it. But you can just right click on the screen to get rid of it sometimes, and then sometimes you can't. Anyway, I always find it easy to just close it and reopen it when it does that for some reason. I don't know how to get rid of it. Sometimes it gets rid of it, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, and so now if we test this out, you can kind of see that what should happen is we get our very basic, hello, my name is Declan, and I go, Terry, how old are you? And if I say 1 now, it says it's the same age as him. So that's really the basics, and I want you to play around with having a go at doing this, maybe going back to your previous conversations you're making in the last lesson, and making them more complicated and changing his answers based on what their answers are. Well, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed.